तारीख पे तारीख, तारीख पे तारीख, उस्मान तारीख
ऐसा क्या हो गया जनाब?
रुक रुक के आ रही है।
तो हमने तो कहा था पाकिस्तान में खोल लो शौचालय अपने। Alright, welcome to another video of Not Out Nomads. Today we bring to you all the latest happenings in the world of the T20 World Cup and the India-Pakistan marquee clash that is happening. And it's going to be an interesting one for sure. So, Rajat, how are you gearing up for this clash?
Yep, it's interesting because the entire week has passed by. Lots of action, lots of top performances from all the teams. There are definitely some key highlights from there. And
Mhm.
so this one really excited because it was like first the match is happening, then it's not happening, and now we would be having the match. So really excited for the marquee clash. Lots to talk about because lots of things have happened over the period of time this 1 week, and that's what we'll be
Yep.
diving deep into with respect to the analysis, the highlights, all the information which we feel is important. We'll be bringing out to you guys.
There have been some crazy matches actually in the last week.
Yep,
We can start off with the craziest of the lot, which is the Afghanistan versus South Africa match, which went
right.
into two super overs.
Yep,
Something that is practically unheard of. It's always happened, I think, before.
yep.
But what a clash! I mean, whichever team lost at the end would have felt they could have easily won the game.
That's right.
I think Afghanistan gave it away in the first. Actually, gave away the regular match in the
Right.
last ball where they gave away a six, and
So before that, I would like to add that Afghanistan was chasing 187.
all right, they didn't. They gave it away in the first super over.
No, before the first Super Bowl, while chasing.
While chasing, of course, I mean, they were chasing first.
So they Afghanistan was chasing a target of 187, and what it went down to was it boiled down to needing two of three balls,
Right, that's
just
why
two
they
of
gave
three
it away.
balls, and they tried to take a two-run where it was just one run possible. So they tried taking two runs, and then they lost their last wicket, but they still had two balls to face. So it was a little bit like a brain fade moment for Afghanistan. And then it
Yeah, so I
sort of
yeah
equaled at 187. Yeah, you can go on. Yeah.
yeah so I was confused. I was assuming that was in the first super over where they gave away the six of the last ball and
Ah,
they
yeah,
lost
super
that.
over. Yeah, that was the first super over where the six was given of the this thing, right? Yeah,
क्या था वो मतलब they gave away 1-6 and they lost by I think they need seven of one ball and
right,
who was the batsman, but whoever it was, they hit a six. So
right.
that, of course, Pakistan would be ruining the fact that they did that.
Yeah,
And then in the
because
second
they
super
scored
over,
also like what 17 runs in their first super over, Afghanistan. So
yeah,
after scoring 17, you would back your bowlers to defend it. I mean, so you've got a lot in the this thing for defending 17 runs, and then just giving a six in the last ball sort of just went to the other
yeah,
side. And then
heartbreaking. And then in the second super over, it was, Lungi Ngidi's brilliance,
yep,
where he did not give away too many runs, and um, South Africa batted first, and I think they put on 20 plus, and
yeah,
then
20
of
plus runs,
course,
yeah, 23 or 24, something like that. Yeah,
yeah, and Pakistan, I'm saying, but yeah, Afghanistan wasn't able to chase that because of Lungi Ngidi's brilliant bowling.
yep.
So that was a crazy clash, and I think
And
what,
also one more thing here, boiled down to needing six. So Gurbaz had three amazing sixes in a row
all right,
in the second super over, and it went down to just needing six. But the last ball, Gurbaz could just not get one more six. It went down to I think needing 5 runs. So just a boundary was needed to again tie the super over, but then just couldn't get through, and South Africa won that. That's how
that
close it
was
went.
the yeah, that was the Afghanistan South Africa game, super close. I feel if Afghanistan would have won that match, it would have really opened up that group.
Right.
Um, but I think the clear favorites from that group are going to be South Africa and
New Zealand going forward.
New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand will be going forward from that.
Right.
But that was one, and then the latest one, which has been probably the first upset of this World Cup.
That's right. You can call it the first upset of the World Cup. That's happened. Yep.
Australia losing to they're not minnows anymore. I think Zimbabwe. has come a long way in the sense that, of course, they've had their ups and downs, and they have had issues in their country because of which their cricketing team has not performed. But
Yeah, we could
under
definitely have like a complete video on this, like how cricket has sort of suffered because of the economy or the condition of the country. Because I'm pretty sure Zimbabwe is not the only one, but we can have it for another video for sure. Lots to talk about in that.
but they finally saw their day in the sun with that victory over Australia, where Zimbabwe put on a total of 169 and
Yep.
restricted Australia to 140 odd
Right.
to win the match pretty comfortably in the end. I feel in the end, Sikandar Raza's batting, I think he made 25 of 13. He
Yep.
hit the only six of the whole innings in the last ball.
Oh,
Uh, and and I think that got them to a sizable total on that wicket. It wasn't
yep.
an easy wicket by any
Yeah,
means.
I was thinking that sort of like when I looked at the score, like the later half of Zimbabwe's innings, and I went like, okay, 160, 170. Are because they had the wickets in hand, and I'm like, they're just going at 8 runs per over. I mean, are they underperforming? But like you said, since the pitch was doing something, I think that total was good enough in itself.
Yeah. And then Australia just collapsed though. I feel they
So
were
they
what,
lost like
24 for
four
four.
wickets in the power play, Australia, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
And then,
20 odd for four.
yep,
Just nobody came to the party.
yep,
Especially I think Maxwell was the only one with Matt Renshaw that had a partnership
right,
of about I don't know 60 70 odd, but other than that, other
yep,
than Matt Renshaw and Maxwell, nobody really performed. So
right,
yeah, it was surprising to see them lose wickets to pace, where
yep,
which should actually be their plus point or their sort of strength, because they play the best fast bowlers
yep,
in their country in the form of Mitchell Starks, Josh Hazelwood, and their captain Pat Cummins. But yeah, I think they missed Mitch Marsh. They just weren't able to stitch a partnership, and they just crumbled.
right, yeah,
Um, and yeah, I think Zimbabwe thoroughly deserved this victory the way they played.
yep,
And again, this opens up this group. So
much more, yeah.
Zimbabwe is number two in this group,
Yep.
um,
We'll
and
be
West
talking about
Indies.
that. Yeah, we'll be talking about the groups, how they pan out and everything. Yep.
Yeah, so and another interesting game here.
Yep.
Um, and there have been other interesting clashes. I think the Nepal versus Italy game was also pretty one-sided, but
Yeah.
the way the brothers who opened the batting for Italy
The Mosca
won that match,
brothers.
Moscow brothers, 10 wicket victory,
Yep.
easy game for them.
Yep.
After Nepal having
Yep.
almost gotten beyond
Close,
the
really
line
close to England. Yeah, that's right.
with
So
England.
Italy with
So
the victory over Nepal, and when you win, there are two ways of winning. One, you win close encounter matches, and one, you completely sort of steamroll the opponents. Italy's this victory was more like a statement that we have arrived at the World Cup and we are here to compete because it's a 10 run. I mean, it's a huge victory for them. So,
I think a big factor in that was the fact that Virat Kohli got married in Italy. They were influenced by that, and they wanted cricket to prosper in the country.
yeah, there is
So,
some
like
coincidence
like
right there.
everyone gives credit to Thala for everything,
Yep.
I think this credit must go to Mr. Virat Kohli and also Anushka Sharma. Let's not forget.
Right. Yeah.
So they were the
That's
ones.
an interesting coincidence right there. Yeah.
They are the true promoters of cricket in the land of pizza.
Round of the pizza and the pasta and the Italian mafia.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was a very interesting clash. What have been some
Right.
other games?
So also I'd like to bring out that there were some solid performances as well.
Right.
Romario Shepherd getting a hat trick, and that's the first hat trick of this T20 World Cup. So good performance right there. And Gerard Rasmus, if I'm saying the name right,
Yep.
bowling performance against India was top
Namibia.
notch. Where you're just giving 20 runs and picking up 4 wickets, I think a pretty solid performance right there.
Oh
Like
yeah,
in the
the India
first few
Namibia.
games, yeah, in the first few games, sorry, in the first few games, we could see that the associate nations got quite close to the test playing nations. But
Mhm.
now, in the last 2 days, we're seeing that they're getting this close that it's now converting to victories. I mean, Afghanistan was almost there, but okay, they just couldn't finish it. And this one, the Zimbabwe one, they managed to beat Australia.
Yeah. So that was. And then India versus Namibia was pretty one-sided, but I feel there are lessons for India there in the
Yep.
sense that the batting collapsed in the end.
Yep.
Now it's happened twice where our
Right.
lower middle order has collapsed,
Right.
um, and I think there's a lesson there in learning how to, or taking your time to play, especially the off spin bowlers, um, and Gerald Erasmus was the
Yep.
name.
Yep.
The captain, he I think was also good practice for
Yep.
what's to come with the Pakistani spin quadrat.
Yep.
Uh, so it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, and if India has learned that lesson, and hopefully it doesn't repeat the same mistake because it's happened twice now.
Right.
Uh,
So
and
I've
that
got
one,
one quick question for you for this bit that do you feel that the test playing nations, since they don't play associate nations that much, when they play them in a tournament like World Cup, there is some surprise element of the associate nations which could get a bit tricky sometimes for the test playing ones. Because
yeah,
say a
absolutely.
country like New Zealand, they look
Mhm.
at data, but they don't have enough data since they've not played in Afghanistan or a Nepal or any other team for that matter of fact. So do you think that thing comes into the picture?
So I think video analysis or not having enough video analysis is one thing, but it's just the element of surprise.
Okay.
Sometimes you haven't seen a bowler at all, or you haven't seen, because you haven't seen the bowler at all, you don't know what their action looks like,
Right.
and some of these players are actually not inexperienced in the sense that they might not have played for their nation, but they do play county cricket, they do play all the T20 leagues in the world.
Right.
Uh, so they come with that experience of playing cricket in different conditions
Yep.
with different pedigree of players, right?
Right.
um, so it's sometimes we might take them from for granted because we haven't seen them in the media, or we haven't seen them in big matches,
Right.
but these people are also experienced.
Yep.
Someone like Roloff van der Merwe for Netherlands has been playing since the last, what, 20 plus years.
Yeah. So
He
he
used to
played
play
for
for South
South
Africa,
Africa. He played for RCB.
he played for RCB also,
Yep.
and then there have been other players in the USA team who play all the leagues in the world. The
Right.
Omani players. There have
Yep.
been the Nepal league is also there, and
Hmm.
the people play in that league. In fact,
Right.
the first season of the Nepal league, they had Akash Chopra as the commentator. So there is something in these leagues which might not show up in international cricket, and we don't the test playing nations don't know enough about them.
Right.
But I don't think any team can afford to take any associate nation for granted.
Right.
Um, and I'm still hoping, or not hoping, at
You
least
see
with
a few
India,
more upsets.
but for a few more upsets. Not with India for sure, but and I think India only has one game with the Netherlands before they get to the Super Eight.
Yep.
I mean, even if it happens that Netherlands beats us, if
Yep.
we defeat Pakistan, we are gonna go through still.
Yep.
But yeah, fingers crossed that doesn't happen with India. I just think, to answer your question, it's, you can't take any nation lightly, and uh, you have to play a natural game, and you have to perform your best whenever you
Right.
turn up for the country. So that should be the mindset, which I think most players at this level go out with. But yeah.
Right. Okay. Now that's an interesting summary right there of how things are at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's
All
look
right.
at
So now
the.
we
Yep.
want to look
Yep.
into the different groups,
Right. Right.
and
Yes.
how they are panning out based on the matches that have happened. Um, so yeah. So if you can just pull up
That's
the
right.
various groups. All
Yep.
right. So Group A.
Yep.
Here's pretty straightforward, right? India, Pakistan are most likely going through. I mean, unless
So
Pakistan loses to Namibia.
yep. So what we've got here is yeah, Pakistan would play in them. So India plays Pakistan right now. So I think whoever is winning that particular match would more or less go through because 6 points I think should be enough for them to qualify because other teams would not be able to reach. Both USA and Netherlands won't be able to reach of they'll reach match score. So 6 point is a guaranteed qualification from here on.
So if Pakistan loses, say, Pakistan loses to India, of course, and Namibia, hypothetical, very unlikely they will lose to Namibia, but you never know with Pakistan.
Yep.
Um, then USA might go through, and so Netherlands has matches left with India
Yep. That's it.
and
That's it. So four
India
matches.
only. Yeah.
in India. So
So that they will
Netherlands
not.
has a tougher chance, I think, of going through. US has a much higher chance because they would be playing Namibia.
Gerald Erasmus should come to the party in the match against Pakistan and pick up maybe a hat trick or something and bundle them
Right.
out for 120, and
Yeah.
then you might just see USA
Right.
qualifying instead of. It also matters on the net run rate because
For sure.
USA
Yeah.
can at max win 2 games. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think in this group it's most likely India Pakistan for sure.
Right. I mean, yeah, net run rate would come into the picture in the sense that how close the India-Pakistan match goes on to be. If
Hmm.
India is sort of it's a pretty much one-sided game, and so what that leaves us with is both Pakistan and US would be playing Namibia. So it's like which team will beat Namibia by a bigger margin would sort of qualify. It would become something like that.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Okay, we can move
Right.
on to Group
So
B.
that's Group A for you guys, and let's go to the next group. Yeah. Okay.
Group B. Okay, here is it's a little interesting with the
Yep.
defeat of Australia to
Right.
Zimbabwe.
Yep.
Um, Ireland and Oman. I'm surprised by Ireland. I thought they'd show up much stronger in this competition. But
Right.
anyway, so I think it's a little open in the sense that yeah, you have Sri Lanka at 4 points, you have Zimbabwe at 4 points with 2 wins.
So I'll just
Uh,
like to add one bit with Ireland. Like you said, you're surprised, right? Oh, why I'm not that surprised is because of where they're playing. The conditions are not something which are quite suitable for the Irish players, or they're not much exposed to turning wickets. So I think that's one factor there.
True, they don't play on subcontinent as much as
That's right.
subcontinent pitches as much as maybe Australia does.
Right.
Um, but then you can also argue Zimbabwe doesn't do it either. But yeah, the pitches in Zimbabwe, for that matter, are a little on the slower side and
Right.
turn a little more than maybe
Right.
a South African pitch, which is kind of the
Right.
same soil in that region, right? So
Yep.
so makes sense. But yeah, it'll be interesting here if Zimbabwe qualify instead of Australia.
Yeah, because it's a high chance right now looking at the net run rate, and they're in a much more comfortable situation. So Sri Lanka Australia match gets exciting now
Yeah. No, yeah,
because yeah,
I kind of feel this Australian team is a pale shadow of the former mighty Australians. I
right.
just think
Yep.
if Sri Lanka will most likely defeat Australia. If Zimbabwe does it, and
Yeah.
that too wasn't a close match, pretty comprehensively.
Right. 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 You'd call it as a
I,
yeah.
I get
They
the
they were
sense
in
that Sri
control of
Lanka will,
most part of the innings, Zimbabwe, so it was more like a comprehensive win.
right. Cool.
So okay, well, it'll be interesting how Australia do they go through or do they not? That's the question which lies here based on that match. Now,
That's
Group C
Group
is
B.
interesting as well.
Group C. Group C is interesting because of the fact that West Indies has beaten England,
That's right. And
and
England
also
won by a close margin with Nepal, so not much of a net run rate boost right there.
it'll be interesting to see the Italy versus England match because I feel
Yep.
kind of that Nepal just lost by 4 runs, but
Right.
Italy
Yep.
thrashed Nepal by 10 wickets.
That's right.
So if Italy can give, Italy for sure can give a good fight to England, and if that
Yep.
happens, where
Yep.
Italy defeats England,
Right.
then you have England out of the race,
Right.
and you have a race between Italy, Scotland, and West Indies. I still think Scotland is a very, very strong side. You never know in this
Scotland,
group.
yeah. So they're
It
like
could
the
just
wild
be
card
West Indies.
entry, right? You didn't expect it was Bangladesh, but we got Scotland instead of Bangladesh.
Yeah, and now again, these Scottish players have played in the counties and they have played in leagues,
Right.
so they you can't take them lightly.
So now for, I mean, looking at this group right now, there's high chance that West Indies would go through. For England, both the two games which they play versus Italy and Scotland is a tricky challenge. A bit of surprise here, there, and England would be pretty much out.
Yeah, who would have thought the winners of the 2022 World Cup
That's right, 2022 World Cup. Yep.
are out of the Super 8?
Yeah,
If
I
they
mean,
are,
many people
it's not
were
yet.
considering England's as semi-finalists or the favorites, but right now they're in a bit of a tricky situation.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Right. Okay, and we finally move to Group D, the group of death, but seems like it's not that killing at the
Yeah,
moment.
and I think the Afghanistan South Africa game kind of turned
Right.
things in South Africa's favor a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Although I feel, of course, yeah, Afghanistan will win the rest of the matches that they play.
Yeah.
It's just a question of can there be an upset from either UAE or Canada here, which seems really unlikely.
Highly unlikely, right? So this one now, because Afghanistan, I feel, had two challenging matches right in the start of the tournament, playing first New Zealand and then South Africa.
Mhm.
The result, both of them not going in their favor, sealed the fate for Afghanistan. So their qualification becomes really difficult unless few results in their way. So it looks like New Zealand and South Africa would go through from this group,
Right.
mostly.
Agreed.
Right.
All right. So I think that was how the groups are panning out, and I think it gives us a good sense of where we are in this tournament. Now,
Yeah,
moving on to the marquee clash
that's right.
on Sunday, India versus Pakistan at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo.
Right.
And because it's a marquee clash and because it's India versus Pakistan, you expect some controversy before the clash starts. And this time it's none other than the controversy around the mystery bowler.
That's
Not
right.
real mystery, mystery
Yeah.
maybe for Indians, but he has played a bit of cricket.
Right.
Um, Mr. Usman Tariq with that weird action of his where there were two accusations, and I think it's not an illegal action for sure.
Yep.
Like at least you can't tell by just seeing him play in matches.
Yep.
He The main issue I think is comes from the fact that he stops in his stride
Right.
before he delivers the ball.
Yep.
And there has been a lot of conjecture and discussion around this on X.
Yep.
But I just feel it's a unique action, and although I think there it can get very interesting in the sense that if the Indian batters pull out because he's
Yep.
stopping and delivering the ball,
Right.
and they are not used to it,
Yep.
who will they want? Will they want the bowler or the batsman? I mean, the batsman will not be warned, but uh, the umpire can always say that this is regular action, right? Uh, it's not something that he's doing one or two deliveries of the over. He does this in
Yep.
every ball he balls
Yep.
because that's his regular action.
Yep.
Um, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I just think it's being blown out of proportion a little bit uh, because of a few deliveries where his arm has maybe bent more than that, less than that 15 degrees.
Okay. There's the 15
Uh,
degrees.
but I think he bowls the action is okay in itself in the
Right.
sense that the arm is not bending as
Bending.
much. He's
Yep.
bowling it from somewhere here. It's a little bent, it's little side on,
Yep.
but it's okay.
Yep.
The issue mainly is if you stop and bowl, because
Yep.
he's stopping for a considerable amount of time, and many people have said this, but his run up is kind of useless because he just stops
Yep.
and then he delivers the ball. So
So
you
it's
might as
it's a
well
bit of like a guessing work for the batsman, what's gonna come
right.
into the plate. So it'll be interesting how batsmen play him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And yeah, I think Ishan Kishan mentioned in the press conference that they know how to handle him
Yep.
in as many words.
Yep.
That they'll see videos,
Yep.
but yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Right. Yeah. His bowling action has been a question for many people at this point of time because the thing is release point. Usually bowlers bowl straight like this, so there's a particular release point. Now from here, like even Malinga had that release point somewhere here. Bumrah has
Mhm.
it here, and again this release point. So how different or how difficult does it get for a batsman when the release point is not the regular, the orthodox one? What do you think in that
I
regard?
think of course there's one thing with the release point and the it's a little distracting when it comes from the side, and
Right.
the other thing is that the ball skids on
Hmm.
and there's little bounce, so
Right.
it's tougher to play. It comes on slower onto the bat, and
Yep.
if he's ball see this person has Usman Tariq has three variations, right?
Right.
He has a regular off spinner, he has the carom ball, and he
Yep.
has the left cutter.
Right.
So, what usually batsmen might face with him is, of course, that angle with which the ball comes down,
Right.
and the other one is the fact that it's skidding on and coming onto the bat, so it'll stay a little low.
Yep.
Uh, but I think the Indian batsmen with the experience and the level that they play at,
Yep.
uh, they will definitely look at his videos, but they shouldn't have any issues, handling him.
Right.
Um, but of course, on if it's his day, you never know.
Yep.
And the way that Indian players have been playing spin bowling in the last two matches, it can be a little bit of a concern,
Right.
but it's not something that we may have not seen before or experienced before,
Yep.
either in first class cricket or international cricket.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would be a question that in terms of dealing with his, say, 4 overs, would the batsman play him out or would they attack him? That's where the question lies, basically. What
I
would be
don't.
the approach?
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Yep.
India's batting first or chasing,
Yep.
and when he comes on to bowl, I
Yep.
doubt he'll come on to bowl in the power play.
Right.
But if he does, I don't. I think you play him like any other bowler. You watch the ball
Yep.
and play the
Just
ball.
yeah. Yeah, that's another thing which could be done, right? You could take some balls to understand how things are going, and then you can start attacking.
Yep.
Right. Also, one more thing I'd like to bring with respect to the clash is the weather. The Colombo weather is a bit dicey
Showers
at this
expected.
point of time. Yeah, showers are expected.
For all you know, it could be. There could be no match, and there could only be rain. But let's
Right.
hope it's not the
Yeah.
case.
Two possibilities because the rain is sort of getting heavy at that point of time. The 7:30 start. If I think that's what the start timing would be, and it would increase from there on. So two
Mhm.
possibilities from there. Rain affected match for sure. High chances, but it might not even be there. I mean, whether you never know. Sometimes you predict and it doesn't work the way how you predicted. So a rain curtailed match, or like you said, a complete washout as well. So there is a bit of a rain threat, but we'll just have to wait and watch how the weather plays at that point of time before the actual match starts.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out on Sunday. Another two
Yep,
days to go
that's
for
right.
India versus Pakistan.
Yep,
All right, I think that
pretty much sounds
to
like.
an end what are all the topics we wanted to cover, and yeah, stay tuned for more such videos. I know a lot of you have not subscribed to our channels, so please consider liking, sharing, and
Yep.
subscribing.
Yeah.
uh, and yeah, see you in the next one.
Yeah, if you're especially liking the content, then just please like, share, subscribe, comment. If you've got any feedback, do share that as well. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
cheers.
See ya.